Hey, what is going on, everyone? Here we are down at the Vietnamese Grand Prix. Just letting you know, I'm not very experienced on this circuit, so qualifying may be a bit myth, and I'm not sure how the race is going to go. I'm not sure if we'll make any positions, but I have turned up the difficulty, so we should have a lot more battles. Let's get down to the track. Alrighty, here we are coming down to start lap 1 of the Vietnam Grand Prix. There's a lot of straights on this circuit, so our car is not going to be very fast. This car does well exiting corners and entering corners, and also does well in cold conditions. But this track is almost 100% straight, so we should be losing a lot of positions on the straight and having to dive them into the corners. So should be interesting how it plays out. But we're opening the DRS here. We do lose a lot of time to the cars ahead on the straights. It's very annoying. We're definitely going to need to upgrade it. A couple of things. Also, we're trying to upgrade the aero a lot more, so we get side on with the car. We cannot manage to get past. We fly behind them if we get in the slipstream, but if we just wait too long, it's not going to go well. So anyway, you guys tell me what you think of this circuit so far. Have you had enough time to practice on it? Have you been doing unranked or ranked lobbies on there? Have you gotten up to it in your career mode? And if you don't even have Formula 1, I suggest you go get it. It is a lovely game. It's far better to the last one. It's a lot more engaging and entertaining, lots more features. The other one was just a little bit slow, but this one is a lot better, especially with the introduction of some new circuits. We do set a fastest sector 1 through there. This section of the track is awesome. I've never seen such a fast-paced S that it's like so crucial to get right, otherwise you lose seconds. But anyway, we are catching up to Mazepin, our teammate here. But yeah, we're struggling to get past him here. He's not giving, because we are the faster car and the faster driver. Well, sorry, not faster car, but the same car. Now he gives us the position to go past, and that is lap 1 complete, provisional pole.
Bottas, Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. The Formula 1 circus has arrived in Southeast Asia once more, as we usher in a new era and get ready to go racing here in Vietnam. A lap of Hanoi circuit then, 3.4 miles around the Vietnamese capital. A number of the 23 corners take their inspiration from other great circuits, hopefully creating plenty of passing opportunities. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you got your own race to run. I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Ocon, Sainz, Perez, and Thomas. Norris, Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty. Daniel Kvyat and Stroll, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Pierre Gasly, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Russell, Latifi, and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Alrighty, here we are down on the track. We are starting from P10 thanks to Charles Leclerc's grid penalty. We are starting within the points, so we should be able to make up a couple positions into the first corner. But we're going to see how it goes anyway. Yeah, we're definitely going to be slow on the straights. But anyway, here is the strategy for today. I actually might want to bring that down 1 lap. So we have a little bit of an undercut. Just a little bit of an undercut. I reckon that might fare us a little bit better. Anyway, that's that. We should head straight down to the 5 lights. Let's go.
The points finish last race. Let's aim to...
Alrighty, here's the countdown. Revving up that engine, 5 red lights. And away we go for the Vietnam Grand Prix. Bit of wheel spin by every car as you would expect there. We get a pretty decent launch there, Sainz covering us off. We go down the inside, making a 2-car dive bomb. I believe we are side by side with Ricciardo. He does get back past, and that may be Perez on our right. Yes, it is. That both cars get past. In fact, we have made no positions permanent off the start here on the first lap. We do manage to keep that position, I think, from Daniel Kvyat. And we should be swallowed up by a couple of cars on the straight. We're going to turn this up into Ridge and use overtake mode on the ERS. We're going to brake slightly late here, going right behind Ricciardo. And we do make a little bit of contact with him there. No damage done, luckily. We are staying right behind him. Get covered off by Perez there, as we were going to go for an early launch out of that. But we do not have a too bad run through, a little bit of grip. Perez is going a little bit slow. We should be able to make an overtake here on the straight. Alrighty, we're gonna. Oh, and we got a little bit too close there, and we're gonna go for the left. Oh, what a sloppy move that was. We're thinking about going for the dive bomb on Ricciardo as well, but that would not have gone well. Loss of contact would have been made, so we're just gonna lay off there for a bit. That is us in P8 to start so far, and here we are coming up to the most entertaining section of the circuit. The fast S's, very small but you have to be fluent through this area. We're not taking them too bad recently. I've done one race on online ranked and I did win here, and that was because I was handling the S section very well. Lots of other cars made lots of contact. We're not focusing on online ranked, we are focusing on the career race. So all the other cars were equal. What am I doing? I'm waiting to focus on career mode here, not online ranked. We have a huge dive on up the inside, almost making contact with Ricciardo, having to go wide. But nothing too bad so far. No cars have retired. I think car collisions on the AI are a little bit less for this season, since I've seen almost 0 contact so far. Yeah, but we are actually getting a lot of pace on Ricciardo here. We may go for a dive bomb if we get close enough. And we're going to go for it down the inside. The car was not braking very well. We shunt him out of the way there. That's not too bad of a move. A little bit of contact. Nice. I do believe Jeff liked that one. But anyway, I don't reckon we'll be able to catch Alexander Albon on the straight here. But Ricciardo is coming back at us now. Quick update, Ricciardo was far too far back to make a dive bomb into that corner. We have set a fastest sector 2 there. That's nice. We may be able to set a fastest laps with the S section here. Of course, our ERS has been temporarily disabled since we did use it all up with the overtake mode. We're not losing too much time to Albon here, as I would be expecting to lose a lot. Their car is supposed to be far better through the corners than ours, since our car is second last on the grid currently. We're going to have to do a lot of chassis upgrades. It's feeling a little bit heavy and understeery, but there's not really a problem here on this circuit for that right now. And I think we'll just dive a little bit later into the race. Alrighty, we have DRS on Albon here. We're going to go for the dive bomb down the inside. That was rather clean, if I do not say so myself. We have a reasonable amount of pace through here. I want to get a good launch out of here. We're going to back off slightly and then slam down the throttle. And we are holding our pace reasonably well. We're going to have to turn down the ERS in a second here. We've got DRS on Ocon. We are not making too much pace on him, but Albon, it looks like he might have a go at us here. He is still too far back to make any move. We're going for the dive on Ocon here, sending it wide, covering him off, and we do manage to make that move stick. Lovely. Right, we are getting away here. And we've been hit by Ocon. We've been hit, spun around there slightly, and then comes Ricciardo down the inside. We're getting shunted back and forth by all the races here. We're going to have to back off slightly so we can get through there, and we do lose a lot of positions. Even Sergio Perez gets past us here. That is very unfortunate. I did not see that Ocon was coming through. I'm not sure. I think that would just be a racing incident. He was not far enough forwards, I think. I think that was a bit of a risky dive bomb by him. Anyway, but we do lose a lot of positions. Opening the DRS, I do believe that was Ocon who got a damaged front wing from our collision. So he's gone into the pit lane here. We are a bit focused on our little MFD chart there that we do not realize that we need to brake into that corner, but I think we got past someone there. I don't know, I can't remember, I didn't see it properly, sorry. But anyway, we are opening the DRS. and hopefully the cars behind will not be able to get past us on the straight here. Alrighty, oh, it looks like we do have DRS on Perez here, and Kvyat looks like he might be interested to make a move here. We do manage to block him off slightly there, as he was going to go for that. Most cars are catching up to us. We had to defend through there, and no, he does not decide to make a move. We do manage to keep our position, but it looks like Leclerc might want to have a move on him soon, but that's not really important to us. Hopefully Kvyat can hold Leclerc off just for a bit now, so we can get a little bit more of a gap for when we come into our pit lap. Alrighty, here we go now, catching up to Perez, but it looks like he might want to make a move on Ricciardo here. We're going to have to go down the inside, making a slight bit of contact with Ricciardo. They lock up, and Leclerc wants to have a go at it as well. He does manage to get his nose ahead, just taking a little look, but he does manage to get past us there. That's very unfortunate. We look like we might be able to make a move on Ricciardo. We're going to go for the dive bomb down here. We may have the launch speed out of here. We're going to back off because we do not want a collision to happen there as we touch the wall anyway. No damage done so far. Kvyat looks like he's trying to have a go at us as well. I don't think he's going to be able to make the move anytime soon though, since we will be driving defensively. Alrighty, here we are coming in for our pit lap, our in lap and boxing lap, whatever you want to call it, but here we come now. I've never actually been to the pit lane on this circuit. Okay, you can just technically dive straight in there if you've got pit assists turned on, but it doesn't really matter there. I hope we do make not a too dodgy stop. I've still got to play a part in that. And I'm still learning how to use this little pit release assist thing, but a bit later on I do find out that it's just like the launch assist at the start of the race. I think we are the last team to go for the stop there. We're at the very exit of the whatchamacallit. Oh, and we get a replacement front wing. No, we did not need one. I did not feel any drag or lack of driving through there, you could say. 9.5 seconds, that's pretty bad for a front wing stop anyway. But yeah, that was pretty appalling. I did not need a front wing change there. I didn't even check to look if I was having one. Whoopsie poopsie. But I guess we can't go back now unless we use replay flashback. But you know, we are not using that in the career mode so far. We're going to be using it only to take shots or look at other accidents that have happened on the circuit. But none have happened so far. Anyway, that was a very slow and unfortunate pit stop for us, and we do go all the way back into P22. Here we are now. It looks like half the field have come in for their stops here. We do get past a lot of them in the pit lane. I reckon some will exit before us. There are plenty up ahead that have gone for their stops, and we do exit. We do get past the first corner just behind Lance Stroll. Fighting. Looks like he might be interested to go for a move on Gasly here, but that was a lot of positions made up by us. Actually, not too many, sorry. Most cars got ahead of us before we could make any ground through there. So yeah, that front wing stop really made it into our race. But anyway, we might be looking to have a go at Stroll here. If we can hold up the inside through here, we might be able to get past Stroll. Does make a little bit of contact with us, but we do not make the position. We are right behind Stroll here, going for a dive bomb on Stroll. Trying to not make any contact. We may be able to get past as Ricciardo locks up the back left, and we do manage to get past Lance Stroll there. That was a nice clean little dive bomb through the corner there, and we're not going to try to make a move through here too risky, as you saw before with our little collision, but I reckon we're going to, we are very close to Gasly here, having to back off so we do not make any collision. I cannot speak today for some reason. But trying to not damage our front wing. I do not want to make another stop and lose another like 30 seconds on the cars, which I reckon I'll just keep going if I had a damaged one anyway. We open the DRS. We may be able to get past Gasly here on the straight. We're going to go for a dive bomb on the inside, I do believe. Yes, here we go. The dive bomb covering him off there on the exit, and that is P15 secured. Oh, but some of the front runners, unlike Grosjean, has come out. Oh, sorry, some of the other cars have come up for their stop. We do make a little contact with Grosjean as he forces us into the wall slightly there, but that is P15 for us. But anyway, here we may be able to make a move on Raikkonen and Ricciardo into this one corner here. We do have a little bit of speed through here, but they are covering off the inside there by Raikkonen, and we may be able to get the DRS. We will have DRS on them. Sorry about that. My English is terrible. But it looks like Grosjean might has a higher top speed than us, and he will be able to try and make a move on the straight here. except he is actually lacking on the speed. We are kind of losing him on the straight here. We may be able to go for the dive bomb on Raikkonen and Ricciardo, making a huge amount of right contact there with the wheel. No damage done to either vehicle, I'm pretty sure, but we did make a huge dive bomb up the inside. Danny Rick would be proud of that one, I think. Or not, I don't know. And now we go through the S's. Gonna try and lose them here. This is a great spot to try and lose the AI, since if you know how to do this section, they will not be able to keep up with you. Then we will be soon be entering lap 10. And Ricciardo has made a move on us here. He is extremely fast in the straight line. Even though we picked the Renault powered engine, we are nowhere near as fast as him. We try to go for the dive bomb there. He may keep the position, but no, we go round to the outside and manage to secure that position back. I reckon with his amount of straight line speed he's had on this race, he should be able to get past us on the straight here. Yes, early into the straight, we should have DRS on him now since he just got past before the detection zone. Yes, we do have DRS, and it looks like Raikkonen might be having a go at us. Sorry, Giovinazzi might be having a go at us. We have the straight line speed now, going past Ricciardo, sorry. We're going to brake late into the corner just to try and get that little bit more of a gap. He's going for a dive bomb himself. It looks like the master of dive bombs has not given up yet. And we do manage to secure the position. We're going to try and hold it before we get into this corner here. We're going to try and cover him off so we just not try to get past and happen what happened. A little bit later onto the race now, Daniel Ricciardo has DRS on us. He's going to fly by on the straight here, going speeds that look like he could be in a Mercedes car. We are going to go for the dive bomb up the inside. We are slightly far back, but we're going to have the better pace through the corner there. We do manage to get past back the fellow Australian there, but he is packing some serious pace in through here. We're taking that corner a little bit wide, or on the inside, I'm not sure. We're going to try and lose him on the S's. Ricciardo was fighting back in this race. Here we are now, Ricciardo going for another move on us on the straight here. We're going to go for another dive bomb. It seems the only way our car can compete on the circuit, leaving him the space if he wants to go for the move. Giovinazzi is coming at us as well here. We do have DRS on Ricciardo now though, so Giovinazzi might be going for a move here. I reckon we're going to try and take the inside wall. No, we do make contact, not able to get past. That's a little bit of our front wing, I'm pretty sure. Or, yeah, we lose a bit of our front wing through there. That's very unfortunate. We're going to be very slow through the S section now. I just hope we can get past Ricciardo and Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi locking up through there. They may lose us through the S section here due to our front wing damage, but we do not appear to be taking it too harshly. Only on the exit through here we're losing a little bit more time than we should. DRS on Ricciardo here. We're going to go for the dive bomb up the inside of both drivers, making heavy contact with Giovinazzi there. That move did have to be done though without like yellow front wing damage, I'm pretty sure, and we do not want to be behind them with that. We're going to get through here. Ricciardo and Ricciardo did manage to get past Giovinazzi through there, and both of the drivers will have DRS on us, but we're not losing any ground to them, sorry. It has been a very intense race so far. Front wing damage is forcing us to go wide. They may be able to catch us here on the exit. They will easily catch us on the straight unless they are too busy squabbling for the position back. But it looks like Ricciardo has managed to get away from Giovinazzi, as Ricciardo is now going for a move up our inside here. He does have DRS on us. We're going to have to turn our ERS into overtake here. Valtteri Bottas sets the fastest lap, as we do have a warning for collision with Ricciardo there. Slight rear tap of the wheel. We're going to go for the dive bomb up the inside, slamming on the brakes there, covering him off on the outside of that corner, and we do manage to keep our position. This has been a very intense race and battles with Ricciardo here, and they're going side by side. I wonder who's going to get past through this corner. It looks like Ricciardo's going for another dive bomb us again, and we're going to try and make a little bit of ground through the S's section here. This has been what a race so far. I just hope we can keep P12 at least to the end, since P11 is plus 10 seconds on us, through to our couple of indiscretions earlier. Here we are on the final lap of the Vietnam Grand Prix here. We're going to have to defend wildly from Ricciardo if we are going to keep P12 here. He is most likely going to catch us on the straights, but we are going to have to defend through the corners here, making a slight bit of contact with the wall there. We're going to have our tyres are very warm. We should be losing a bit of grip soon. Ricciardo with an insatiable amount of speed. We're going to have to go for the dive bomb here into this corner. We're going for early brake and then late release of the throttle there. And we do manage to get past, losing the back end there because we have a lot of rear tyre wear. He should be able to get past us on the straight here. He will have DRS. We're going to have to defend widely. This has been a very intense race with Daniel Ricciardo here. If I could pick him as a rival with the press, I definitely would. But I doubt they're going to let us pick him since our car is not performing up to their standard. And it looks like we actually were able to manage our own speed through that corner there. I'm surprised he did not manage to catch up on the straights. That is very confusing. But we should be able to get a little bit more ground away from him during the S section here. Oh, by far the most fun part of the circuit here. I imagine if you had a car with better straight line speed, touching both the walls there, yikes. But if you had a car with better straight line speed, this track would be a lot more fun. Able to fly past many cars. And it looks like we will be able to keep P12 in the Vietnamese Grand Prix here. Lando Norris finishing in, I think, P10, Kvyat in 11, myself in 12th, Ricciardo in 13th, and Giovinazzi in 14th. And Ricciardo looked like he wanted to get past us, but that is not going to happen today. Superb drive.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
After a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. So, let's review the drivers' standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, my driver of the day has to be Charles Leclerc. He was unstoppable out on the track today, weaving through the competition with ease.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Racing Point this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.